the first book of Christ for Atheists. This is chapter 23, highlights of our trip to Italy, June of 2022. Carol befriended a pretty young Ukrainian at the train station in Rome. As an IT person, she worked remotely in Poland as a refugee. Clothing, shelter, and food were all available, and the generosity of the community was overwhelming. She was just traveling to get away for a while. She then talked about how her home was destroyed by the Russians, and she began to tear up. I quickly changed the conversation to hockey so she could be distracted from this tragedy. The conversation soon ended. Hockey shortens conversations with people that don't care about hockey. Selfish me, I just didn't want to be sad. While in Venice, I met a Russian whose brother was with the Moscow police. Putin has become paranoid about the loyalty of his military and wanted all his commanders to ask the military personnel the question, "What do you think of Putin?" This fellow's brother thought he would play it safe and said, "I think of him the same way that you do." He was immediately put into custody. We were in Borgo di Vaghi in Tuscany with daughter Jennifer and son-in-law Ted. I'd befriended a stray cat while we were there, who opened up about her circumstances. Apparently a handsome young cat named Tom came into the neighborhood and smooth-talked her into a romantic encounter. He promised to love her for forever and a day. Well, he was truthful about the day part. He told her that he would put the wow in meow and dine her on mice and gecko. The next day he was gone, leaving her with soon to be a brood of kittens. Literally. I asked her if she thought about abortion, and she said, "I'm a cat. Besides, I'm a Catholic." She herself was thankful that she was given the opportunity to live her life free in the Tuscany hills. Freedom is the key in any civilized country, as demonstrated in the United States by Roe and Wade. Surely freedom by constituency shouldn't be different than a federal law, should it? "How do you survive out here without a mate?" I asked. She said that the management at Borgo di Vagli provided her with food and water. She hunts mice and, for insurance, gecko. She was fiercely independent and felt that it would be catastrophic if the owners of the villa were to impose their rules or values on her instead of making her own choices and decisions. We parted ways, but she will always be with me in my memories. After all, who ever heard of a talking cat? Oh, St. Peter's Basilica and the Colosseum were nice too. Pope Francis was too busy while we were there to meet for a coffee at the Vatican, so he came to our hometown the following week, where we met him at the stadium at a mass for 60,000 of his closest friends. My friend Val and I witnessed this historic event, and to think that the week before, daughter Jennifer, son-in-law Ted, granddaughter Kirsten, wife Carol, and myself were in Italy. What an incredible world we live in.